Hi, I'm Tracy Schuhmacher, and I'm here in the studio with Sarah Goodenough from Kitchen Verde, and we are talking about New Year's resolutions and weight loss. I did a story on healthy meal services. It was in the paper last Friday, but it lives online at democratandchronicle.com. And Sarah, I was totally struck with your story. So 5 years ago, you were 125 pounds heavier. Am I right?
Yes, almost 300 pounds.
It's really unbelievable. So where were you at in your life? What was going on?
Well, when I moved to Boston for college, I put on most of my weight at that point, and I blame a lot of ramen noodles, grilled cheese sandwiches, and eating out. Because as a college student, that's primarily what you do.
I'd add beer to that equation for me, but
yes, that too, lots of that. But it was convenient, and when you're a busy college student, that's just what happens.
It does.
And I slowly was putting on weight, and I'd be walking and still not understanding why I wasn't losing weight, why I kept putting on more weight, not even thinking twice about my diet. Because at that point, you're not really thinking about what you're eating. You're just kind of eating to live. So from there, I moved back for college, and
so you graduated from college in Boston?
yes, and then I moved back to Rochester.
Okay, and you were doing more studies, is
yes,
that right?
I did. So that's when I decided to go into nursing, is when I came back here. And a friend of mine in nursing school told me about the China Study, which is the book about whole food, plant-based diet. And
And those authors, I don't mean to interrupt, but those authors are from the U of R and Cornell, am I correct?
yes, Dr.
Right.
Thomas Campbell actually has a program here in Rochester. So it was really profound. The research was amazing. And from there, I decided, okay, it's time to really make a lifestyle change. And I started slowly cutting out dairy, and then from there, I cut out the meat, and I waxed and waned for a little bit. It's a hard lifestyle change.
So you did that a little bit, somewhat gradually.
Yes, at first I did. And then I read a book about habits and mindful eating and learned that there is a science behind it. And if you do something for 21 days, it generally sticks. And I decided to really experiment with that. So I started eating whole food, plant-based, and I did it for 21 days, cold turkey, quit everything. And I did a lot of learning. I read a lot of cookbooks at that point. I experimented a lot in the kitchen. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. But I found things that I really enjoyed, and the really hard part was cooking without oil. So I learned how to saute vegetables without oil, which, with oil it takes about 5 minutes. When you're doing it with a vegetable broth or water, it generally takes a lot longer, like 20 to 30 minutes. But you get that caramelized onion or that flavor that you get from sauteing it in oil, which is something that I think a lot of people crave, and that's why you like the oil in there. So it was a lot of experimenting, and after the 21 days, I just couldn't imagine even going back.
Really? It was just that 21-day cold turkey?
Yes, and I won't say that it was super easy, because of course in the beginning it was difficult, and you almost go through this withdrawal when you quit eating cheese and milk and sugar and processed foods. You do go through this withdrawal where you actually get physical symptoms, and that usually lasts about a week. And then from there, I just kept pushing through and experimenting and cooking, and I love to cook, so it was something that I enjoyed doing, and it was nice to learn something new. And
you said you were eating ramen noodles and grilled cheese. What would a meal look like after your transformation that you might have done early on? Were there some favorites at the beginning, or?
Yes. So I love spaghetti squash, and we actually do it at Kitchen Verde. We do this Southwest spaghetti squash, and you actually make a cheese sauce from cashews, and we put different spices in it, some garlic powder, tomato paste, which is a really good combination with cashews. It gives it a really cheesy flavor. And you bake the spaghetti squash, you mix the cheese sauce with the spaghetti squash, put some veggies in it, and it's so good. So that was one of my favorite things. It was super easy, super simple to make.
And then was that from a book, or did you just dream that
one
up?
I just kind of experimented with. I had been trying really hard to replicate cheese. Just because
that was a big one for you.
Yeah,
could you replicate sugar for me? That would probably be harder.
Use maple syrup.
Okay.
But I really loved cheese, and I wanted to find a healthier version of it. And I was experimenting with so many different recipes, and the cashews just seemed to really do the trick for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you started this transformed eating habits. So how long did it take you to lose the 125 pounds?
It took about a year.
A year.
I got the majority
fast.
It is
for
really
125
fast.
pounds.
It really is. And for the first year, I didn't really work out. I didn't really exercise or anything. I focused mostly on healthy eating and, applying that to my life. And then from there, I started to exercise, and I lost more weight as time went on. So.
Well, and you have don't you share some of this information in a blog that you do?
Yes, our website, which is www.kitchen-verde.com. And we have a blog post on there. Our menu is posted every week, and there's recipes also that I share. A lot of salad dressing recipes, because the no oil thing is hard for a lot of people, but yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You can find out more about Kitchen Verde as well as some of the other healthy meal plans at democratandchronicle.com. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.